some premium, and that is the role of intellectual property and benefit sharing between the creator and the industry, or the lab, the land, and in role of intellectual property. This is one of the process on low cholesterol ghee developed by NTRI. We patented it. We transferred to one of the company 10 years back. Today, this company become one of the industry, and the lab, the NDRI is getting royalty every year, and the scientists who have developed, they have already retired, and few are no more, but they are getting the royalty over their creativity, and that is the role of knowledge economy, because the country is getting an indigenous product for the people of the country. So as far as the biodiversity, certainly biodiversity, you might be knowing, Aragya Jivani, the story of one of the drug developed from the Aragya Pacha, one of the Kani tribes of the Kerala, who knows about the knowledge of this. They have the profound knowledge about intellectual property, about Jivani, Aragya Pacha, Jivani, and that developed drug by one of the company, and that Kani tribes get the royalty every year from the commercialization of that tracostil plant in form of drug existing. So certainly biodiversity plays a very important role in new material process and product development, and also bioprospecting, where intellectual property plays a very important role. We must protect the traditional knowledge. We have a traditional knowledge digital library. We have protection of plant varieties and farmer right. A farmer has the right to protect their own variety through DOS criteria, and that is the one of the intellectual property farmer has got to protect their indigenous variety, and that's the IP they have also farmer got from the government to protect their indigenous variety. You might be knowing about geographically, there was a big story and controversy about Odisha Rasagola on GI registration. We could not earlier protect it. Now it is registered as a GI. Once we register as a GI, that means it is a branded product and also a documented product and original product from those communities who are having the depending livelihood on that. They will get promoted in the export promotion brand of the DPIIT of Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Araku Valley coffee, you might be knowing, in the Araku Valley, they people, this community who do crops, and now this is protected as a GI, and this community will get the benefit from the royalty comes from the selling of the product. Tirupati Laddu protected as a geographical indication of goods. That's the quality and also cost and also brand of the products. Certainly, we have another speaker who will be speaking about copyright. I must not touch because Mr. Dr. G.R. Raghavendra, who is the Joint Secretary, earlier Copyright Register of Government of India, will be speaking on copyright, I think tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I need to skip. I think time is also short for me. So, but let me also tell you, when we talked about digital technology and intellectual property, when we have been using e-books, musical, artistic work, computer program, sound recording, film, performance, all these things, copyright matter is there. But at the same time, copyright has also a fair dealing, and also do some percentage of photocopy. And you have seen the legal issues of some of the books companies like Oxford University Press and some of the Francis and Taylor and Cambridge University Press has filed a litigation, copyright litigation over Delhi University, one of the Rameshwari photocopy center. That I think Raghavendra ji will be speaking on that. But because of the copyright piracy or the violation of piracy, we are losing lot of job. Annually, it is the report of KPMG and FICCI. India is losing 60,000 jobs annually because of the illegal activities, and we are losing around 3.6 billion in Telugu film, and our total revenue, particularly Indian Bollywood industry, on the copyright piracy only, India is losing around 180 billion annually, and also the increase of that percentage of media entertainment growth has been increased by 14% in 2016 to 21. So this is a challenge today we are facing of intellectual property. So there must be an intellectual property and innovation cell in all the university to review data, publications, analysis, books by faculty, research project, and so there must be IP policy so that any professor, the way SK Das has a patent, if that patent we are commercializing, how much percentage SK Das will get the benefit and how much percentage university will take, because IP is a legal right, and if something goes wrong, the registrar will be get the face the trouble, or the professor will also get the trouble. So that IP policy will decide, and it will be a bible of the university, so that everybody will respect intellectual property, because intellectual property is legal in nature. And this intellectual property violation, many of the vice chancellor went to jail in recent time. You can see in the Google also. So that IP will also give opportunity to opportunity to a university to showcase as a IP savvy university in the country. And government of India came out with the list of the university, those who are for protecting patent, and based on their patent indicator, the government of India is now planning to give the opportunity of setting up innovations and under the Atal Innovation Mission. So that is the opportunity. And also you can scout for technology transfer, academia industry collaboration, and also you can manage the intellectual property, because intellectual property is one of the intangible asset, and you can also mortgage. In fact, the Finance Minister of India already talked about intellectual property policy, and also in recent to Narayani program is also there. Any woman who can have a patent, she will also get, she will get the opportunity to work as a woman scientist, and also manage the intellectual property of the corporate. And there is a woman scientist program in these days. Government of India is every month, every years. We have been conducting and giving capacity building for training of 10 months to the women scientists in various organizations of the country, those who are looking after intellectual property. R&D, particularly IPR, we have contract research, sponsored research, collaborative research, and grant-funded research. Intellectual property plays a very important role, and one of the main role IP is there on this activity when we talk about research and development. And ownership, suppose Dr. Das has a patent and he commercialize the patent, what kind of benefit he will get from the commercialization? This is the percentage. Every university have a IP policy. Based on that, they got the benefit sharing, and that is the nothing but the incentive we must give to the student and scholar and the researcher who have developed the intellectual property. And there is a commercialization, this must get the intangible benefit over it. So this is one of the technology in recent time we have commercialized from one of the university, Calcutta University, on cigarette filter. And the university got a very good lump sum premium, around 2 crore rupees, and also royalty. Unfortunately, Professor I.B. Chatterjee passed away. So this is something, the creativity and innovation, and that we the people are remembering, and that is the credential of a person who made the difference and came out with the solution of a problem. And that is nothing but a cigarette filter that block the nicotine, which is carcinogenic in nature. So we have seen in the case of biopiracy, the Haldi case I have already talked about. And for that we need a documentation of information, and documentation is very, very important to mitigate the challenge in due course of the time. So we have a traditional digital library for the all Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha, Yoga, all the information put together, so that traditional knowledge, on the basis of traditional knowledge, nobody should claim a patent application, and patent should be revoked on that part. So this is the Women Scientist Program, and Government of India, Department of Science and Technology through Technology Information Forecasting Assessment Council has a plan and policy to a Nari to Narayani program, so that women scientists who have mid-career, who could not finish, because of the family issues, they left the job,